California doesn't have legalized sports wagering just yet, but I mean, it's, it seems like it's coming that way at some point. And, Kevin, when I go to see all the new stuff being built, there's a Hollywood Park casino there. No sports wagering just yet. How does that change? I mean, I think, Tucker, people talk about the length of the game. If I have an investment in that game, I don't care if it's 3 hours or 3.5 hours.
No, it's a big focus and a big opportunity, I think, for all of the industry. But we in baseball in particular think that we're pretty well set up to take advantage of that kind of trend coming down the pipe. We have 300 discrete breaks in a game between pitches, and so if we're able to and we're trying to do this even without just sports betting, but if we can infuse content in those moments, and for us it's a little more about the pace of the game. I know people talk about the length, the actual time, but I think you've seen movies that are 2 hours that feel like they flew by, and you see a 90-minute movie that felt like it took forever. And I think it's more about the pace of how you move through it. And so if we can kind of stitch those moments in between the action on the field, make it really connect to what's going on and make it really kind of authentic to the experience and make it additive, we're pretty excited about that. And so we're testing some things now that aren't actually sports betting, because to your point, the state of California isn't there yet, but we're trying to make sure we're getting some of those mechanics down so that fans can engage. I mean, everybody in the building has their phone in their hand. You sit at a baseball game in particular, they watch the pitch and they look down at their phone and they watch the pitch, right? So that's already going on. So if we can be there in that moment, I think it's a real opportunity for us. So.
And to Danita, by the way, I'll just say, I am a Sparks fan, but I will tell my friends who are not Sparks fans, if you place a wager on a game, you're probably going to watch one of your first games of the season is in Las Vegas, I think,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I mean, do you think that's going to help at some point?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the unique piece of sports betting when we look at women's sports as a whole, and even our platform. It's like it can engage people in a new way that are not as familiar with our sport, not as familiar with our players. So when you involve money, people get very active. And so for us, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually an opportunity to open the door to new fans that see our game in a different light. So it's a true exposure piece, which we're always looking to find. So when I look at it in our realm, I don't fear it. I actually see it as a way to develop new fandom.